Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 7 Premium American Cruiser Atlanta. She has 16 127mm guns, 8 torpedoes, 67 AA defense rating, a surface detect of 9.4 kilometers, top speed 34.1 knots, total health 27,500. For my modules, reduce crit chance on main battery, increase main battery accuracy, reduce the chance of flood and fire, faster rudder shift. For my commander, situation awareness, basic firing training, faster turret traverse, superintendent, advanced firing training, and concealment. We are on the map Land of Fire, and let's just cover the comments right now. I know the patch isn't out. I know I'm crap. I know I don't need superintendent for the Atlanta. It's my Des Moines captain. I also know that my voice sounds weird. I don't know why. And finally, this is an older replay. Part of that is because I've been playing Hearts of Iron 4. And for those who don't know what Hearts of Iron 4 is, it's a 4X strategy game set at the onset of World War II. And you can take control of any country you wish. Any country at all. The biggest countries to the smallest countries. And it's very fun. I love history. I love World War II. Look, I'm playing a World War II game. Multiple World War II games. So obviously I'm going to love Hearts of Iron 4, and it's a game that only is supposed to fill in my upload time, because when you upload, your internet is crap, absolutely crap. And I'm too competitive to play multiplayer with a ping that's above 80, let alone 100. I get very frustrated. So I'm not going to play a competitive game. I'm going to play a single player until the upload is complete. Unfortunately, Hearts of Iron can turn into a 5-hour session very, very quickly. So, as we're in the Atlanta, we caught sight, of course, the destroyer who popped his smoke preemptively. We know exactly where he is. He's in the southwest quadrant, or rather, the quadrant of B. So we'll just let him do his thing. The team is moving towards A, and we're trying to take out the Mayhem. Now, I called out, kill him, and it looks like they're doing exactly that, and that's fantastic. This is a very heavy destroyer game. So the Atlanta's going to be perfect for it. Now, Mayhen's taken out. We're going to go after the Mutsuki. And yes, it's closer to Mutsuki than Mutsuki. It's not Aoba, it's Aoba. I'm very much aware of all of the Japanese pronunciations. I try to get them as close as possible. And I have great references in the form of players who have provided me with such information, and I really appreciate it. Now, in this particular situation, this guy can't run away. He's out in the open. He's so dead, and just look at the amount of damage we do. We don't get the kill, which is fine, but we do probably 8k to that guy. There's nothing he could do. He is too close to the Atlanta to be able to run away, and I think that was actually his smoke that is over by the Colorado, but I'm not sure. I don't know why he didn't pop his smoke. Maybe he underestimated the damage we could do. And there's an enemy, Hatsuharu. There's a Nagato, not the Nagato, as I started pronouncing it way back when. Nagato. But this Colorado is my next choice. Until the enemy Mayhem shows up, I don't care about anything else. If a destroyer is this close, he's dead. And we switch our targets a little short. And he understands. Okay. This is probably not a good idea. I'm going to retreat. Since I can't fire on him effectively, I'm going to use my gun cooldown on the Colorado. If you're ever looking for a target, a battleship is very easy to hit in the Atlanta. Relatively. Obviously, a Soviet cruiser is going to have an easier time, but if you want to use your sneaky Mayhem, nah, that's not going to work. But if you're trying to look for a cooldown, just use it on a battleship and then swap back to a cruiser or a destroyer whenever they become available. Just like this. Now, he only sent one set. I am very hesitant to show my side. I'm going to be very neutral. That is why I have accepted the fact that I'm not going to use my back guns. I don't want to put myself in position to take a torpedo that could end my life. And I only saw one set. Now, if you saw another set from him, great. You can leave it in comments exactly when it happened, but I thought I only saw one. So either he sent another set previously, or He has just not been given the chance, and we take him out, which is exactly what I wanted to do. There's an enemy Indianapolis that is sitting on the corner of the, I guess it's a T, a cross, whatever. It's at the very corner, and he's backing up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to a complete stop and capture B without revealing my position to the enemy cruiser. And look at the enemy team. They just melted so quickly. And we really worked on each target in the correct order. We took out the destroyers, each one that made a mistake and got too close, and then anyone who had an extra gun cooldown went after the enemy Colorado. He was overextended. He probably was like, I had so many teammates, and then he didn't because the destroyers die so quickly. And you gotta be careful as a battleship. All we see is your ship. So now that we've captured B, we're gonna push and try and take out the Indianapolis. And some of you might be saying, you are insane, Notser. And I would agree. I would agree. I am someone who believes I can beat any single player in a 1v1 scenario. I'm that confident. I try to be that confident because if I don't have that confident playstyle, I can't be aggressive. And just look at the amount of damage we're doing. He has gotten, what, 2 or 3 salvos off, and he doesn't get any more off. That is the Atlanta doing a ton of damage in a short amount of time. And I stuck with HE because he didn't have a perfect broadside showing. The HE was a much better ammo type than AP. If he would have gone to a perfect broadside, I would have swapped to AP. Now there's an enemy destroyer and an enemy battleship, the Nagato. The Nagato is pulling back. I really like the Nagato. I think that's the strongest battleship that you can play in ranked right now. However, I think battleships are inherently weak when there are a large amount of destroyers. Destroyers are just so easy to play around a battleship. And this is no exception. We have 2 destroyers on his tail, and I'm also on his tail. I'm trying to keep up with him. I have about 6, 7 knots on him, give or take. The enemy Hatsuharu, he isn't able to completely hide. The island was blocking his retreat, and now he's sandwiched in between 2 friendly destroyers who take him out. There's only this 1 ship left, and it's interesting. You can see the range of my guns. Because of the Atlanta's poor velocity, this is basically me aiming at max range and him moving into the max range as I'm advancing on his position. So it's not doing a lot of damage, but it's something, right? What else can I do? We're able to light him up again, and that is honestly the best damage aspect of this. If we get fires on his ship, he's just not going to be able to mitigate it. And we earn high caliber, which is good. I mean, 4 targets, over 30%. I believe that's the description of caliber. Whereas Confederate is 4 targets, or more targets. Maybe high caliber's 3 targets. Either way, we've done pretty good damage to at least 3 targets, and this guy was burning significantly. He put out the fire, and he's lit back up. I'm sure he's just hating his life, you know. Oh, every single ship on the enemy team is alive except for a destroyer. This was such a fair game. And the best thing he could do is probably try, and he dies to torpedoes, but the best thing he could do is try to be the highest XP earner and prevent the star loss. Now this came well before the other Atlanta games that I shared, but we got high caliber, 2 kills, a base capture, 2,440 base XP. We did around 70,000 points of damage, 14,000 in fires. It was a pretty strong showing. I hope you enjoyed seeing the Atlanta. I'm sorry this isn't the content that you wanted. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.